Sag the pants low, let the Ruger show. God forbid I ever have to spray it though. Dropping y'all niggas just like dominoes. And we hit the corner, nigga, it's time to go. I'm a product of Parker and Smith. I put on that sidewalk, cause I take that hit. P certified since I turned 8.
How's it going, guys? It's Daniel from Out of Stock Garage, and you guys will be seeing a day in the life of a shop owner mechanic. This series is going to consist of how I book clients, how I find garage spaces to rent out, to run the business from, how I make clients, how I make the post for Instagram. It's basically a whole day in the life and all content that has to do with me owning the shop, running the shop, and making it successful. So here in this clip, you're seeing me just clearing out my basement. So this is after I had found the shop. So I don't know if I'm gonna make a video just yet, but this was maybe 2 weeks of work trying to find a garage space and finally negotiating the price with the shop owner and talking to all the right people in order to get the shop. And I'm just bringing over everything from my house or over to the garage. So my brother's here helping me because I used his car because my car's too small to bring everything in.
Who's not ready for war? Got horse that come around for, leave at 8. Can't say late unless you got some food on the plate. Treating shorties like my checkers. Gotta save it, but I use it for your sloppy seconds. Wave west, get a surfboard or get the stepping. No, I keep it checked, Nike what I'm repping. Ain't endorsed yet, but they wired to my check-ins. My niggas on the porch post up with some weapons. No, I keep it calm, cool, collected. But I've reached my left. To heaven. Got a black man on the news.
All right, so here I am coming into the garage, and here in this next clip you see how big the space is that I rented. I basically rented the space from the wall that you see on your right side, that right wall, all the way to the end of this frame, so past the orange car, literally right where the orange car ends, all the way to the left. I rented out from the wall to the end of this orange car here. So it's actually a 3-car space that I rented out. Here I'm gonna be putting up the sign. When I put this sign up, it really made it feel like everything was complete. Here you're gonna see me grab some tools out of the Civic. Again, this is my brother's car. Shout out to my brother, always supporting the dreams.
Told them I'm from Boston, that's the beam. So if you dab me up, you best to throw them threes.
I'm a Superman, what's my superpower? To get your attention for a couple hours. I heard you got it, man, I don't really care. I'll shoot them down, blah, I don't really care. Call me hobbo, intoxicating flow. Suck my dick in the stairwell, you a fucking hoe. Make me grilled cheese, you know that I'm clean. I'm trying to find out if you're down for the fucking team. On a special mission with the Smith and Wesson, I'ma get some fucking confessions. Roll the blunt to cut the depression. I know I'm your fucking obsession. Out of stock, yeah, you know I be reppin'.
Here in these clips I'm eating, and then after I was done eating I did some more cleaning up. So it was day 1 in the shop, or technically day 2. Yesterday was the first day where I brought everything in, so this is technically day 2 at the shop. So I'm just cleaning out everything.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing coilovers. The coilovers are going to be putting on today.
So I want you guys to get used to the voiceovers, and then back to the video, and then the voiceovers, and then back to the video, because that's how the videos are going to be the whole time here at the shop. But here you can see me I go ahead and jack up the car, or at least jack up the front of the car, and I remove the wheels and got the car started in order to start doing the coilovers. So this is a 2013 Honda Accord Coupe V6, and we are gonna be putting in some max speed and rods coilovers. You'll see it here on the video. I decided to throw these coilovers in for him, even though there are some better ones that he can get. He hasn't had any problems with these so far, at least to my knowledge. So here you could see me trying first to remove the OEM coilovers with using a breaker bar and my hammer. That didn't work, so I went over to my boy's shop and grabbed the big pry bars. You could see me using the pry bar here. That's what really helped. OEM coilovers removed, used the big pry bar in order to move the entire knuckle out the way. Once I did that, you could see me cutting the stabilizer links. I'll explain that later, but basically I had to cut all the stabilizer end links. They were all rusted and none of them wanted to move. You could see me cutting it here. But yeah, once I removed the OEM coilover, I went ahead and put the new aftermarket coilovers, jacked up the suspension, and then tightened up all the bolts so that the bolts are tightened under load, which is the right way to do it. Here for the second side was super easy. Well, not super easy, but it was straightforward because I had learned everything on the first side. So if you could see there, I did try to use my vice grip in order to hold the stabilizer link, and then I was just like, all right, let me not even try to do that and just cut it. Cutting the stabilizer link and removing the entire OEM coilover. Here should be coming out in just a sec. There you go. And then putting the new coilover in. There you could see me cutting the stabilizer end link again, which you'll see later on in the video. I'll explain a little bit why I had to. There, I'm jacking it up, making sure to tighten everything under load, so you could see the coilover or the jack holding up the wheel, so that everything that I tighten is tightened under load. There's no front sway bar end links, so I had to cut those completely in order to get the car moving. I did think maybe I could drive the car without them. Nope. No, you need the sway bar end link. So the car ended up staying in the garage for another day. Here you can see me doing the rear. So to do the rear on coupes and most cars, you'll have to remove the rear seats and get behind the rear seats, where you'll have access to the top bolts for the coilovers or the struts. So here's just the same thing that I did in the front. I went inside the car, removed the bolts from the top, and then cut the sway bar end link, and yeah, did that to both sides. Same thing as the front. Picked up the stabilizer end links for the front, and there's no stores that seem to have them for the rear. So I'm going to show you guys when I get to the garage what the damages are of the Accord. Basically, the end links, sway bar links for the front were so rusted out that I couldn't even take them off, even using a vice grip to hold it in the back. Nothing was working, so I just chopped them off after I verified that they were bad. So day in the life of a mechanic usually consists of doing something at the garage, doing something outside of the garage, maybe picking up some parts, maybe talking to a client, maybe doing a house call. So you just get used to all these other different things that I'm doing here. So in this clip here, my boy pulled up on me and he had a head unit. This is after, as you can see, the sway bar links are right there. This is after I finished the coilovers on the Accord. My boy came up to me and said that he wanted me to put this head unit in. We did end up doing this head unit for him. You'll see that later in the videos, but this is just part of being a mechanic. In between jobs, you will have to come outside, speak to clients, buy and order parts for them, and just make sure that it's a seamless experience for them when they're choosing your shop. We'll get more into that again as I drop more parts for these day in the life of a mechanic, but this is just an introduction. So here the car comes back in. This is day 2. The car came back in, because again, I thought that my boy would be able to drive the car without the sway bar end links. And then as soon as he tried turning the wheel popped right there, as you can see. And it popped because there's no sway bar end links. So here you'll see me doing the sway bar end links. What I had to do was use my cutting wheel with a titanium blade on there, and I used that to cut the sway bar links. So the sway bar links are rusted to the car, and they also spin, which means that you're not able to take them off by just loosening them. You have to hold it on the backside while you loosen them. And a lot of sway bar end links do not come with the proper hex in the back so you can hold it. So behind the sway bar link, you usually have a little hex key there, and you can put a combination wrench and hold it there while you, from the front side, use maybe an Allen key or an Allen key to loosen it. So that's usually what you have to do in order to get the sway bar links out if they're pretty new. Here in New England, that's not even an option. It's not going to come out. It's usually going to take hours. So what I like to do is, once after I test that the end link is messed up, then I just go ahead and cut it. I just cut it completely, and then I worry about putting the new one in later. So in order to get the job done quicker, like the coilovers that you've seen, we did it in one day. We had to cut all the sway bar end links first, remove and install the coilovers, and then on day 2 we're now cutting the rest of the end links and putting the new end links in. After all this, obviously he'll have to go and get an alignment, but that's typical when you do any suspension work. Here you could see me lift up the back. So after I cut the sway bar end links and put the new ones in the back, then I'm doing the same thing to the rear. So in the next couple clips, you will see a more in-depth look of what you have to do in order to cut the sway bar end link, and then how to put a new one in. So my boy came over. This is my boy Joshua Villanueva. You'll probably see him in a bunch of the clips. Now, you'll definitely see him in a bunch of the clips. But he came here to help me out. It's always nice having another set of hands at the garage, especially when it's a friend, because, you know, it's your boy.
Some of it. It's like halfway. They cut it, but not where I wanted it to cut. I'm gonna put the ABS cable back now because I moved it out the way so it doesn't get cut. But now we're good over here. I'm gonna put the bracket in place. And as I'm holding it with my left hand, I'm gonna grab the stabilization end link, thread it through, hold it on the other side with a nut. Bottom part gets bolted in right here. And now we have it in. Now all we have to do is like actually tighten it, but that was all the work that we had to do to just get that in.
It's a long process in order to cut out these sway bar end links. And as you can see here, in order to put the sway bar end link back, it's gonna spin on you anyway, and there's really no way to hold it from the back. So the end link is new, right? Because if it's old, you're not gonna have enough space. But if it's new, you can use an Allen wrench, as you see me here using the blue Snap-on Allen wrench. Hold the tie rod in the middle, or the end link in the middle, as you turn with the combination wrench. Here you can see my Allen wrench actually getting stuck inside of the sway bar end link, which again is typical. I forgot how I got it out of here. This is the other side, me doing the same thing. This is just a better view. So you can see I'm holding on the left side, the hex key or the Allen key inside of the sway bar end link. And as I'm holding it, I'm also turning it with the other hand. So it's a tedious job. And this is the kind of part that nobody really understands with mechanics, but yeah, we get the job done for you guys. So here you could just see me, I'm saying something, I'm talking to my boy. That's the sound that you hear in the back. But yeah, basically you hold it there with an Allen key and turn it with the combination wrench. Like I said, it's tedious work, but sometimes you'll definitely have to. You can't always use power tools, basically. Another thing that I just wanted to say, if you're driving a car in New England, be prepared to get sway bar end links with the coilover service.
What's up, guys? So we are going to the garage right now. It's actually the first day that I'm able to work on my car at the garage. It's been pretty busy since I opened up. Most likely gonna have a client come in today and get some work done, but while we wait for that, we're gonna go ahead and get some work done to my car. We're just gonna change the speaker. You'll probably see a couple clips in this video of me doing already the music and stuff. That speaker's acting up, so we're gonna change that real quick, and then let's go get some gas first.